Hello, y'all. I hope this mic don't go out. This was a very impromptu live. I'm here to vent about mainstream healthcare. I just came back from a doctor's appointment. If you are a real one here on the channel, then you know I'm 50 years old. I thought I was in the beginning stages of menopause, So for my guys who might be like, I don't want to hear this tea, this conversation may not be for you. But I thought I was in the early stages of starting menopause. Menopause basically is when you go 12 months without having a cycle. A woman goes 12 months without having a cycle, right? Then once that 12 months is done, then it's, considered menopause, postmenopausal. So I thought I was in the beginning stages. So I was like, let me go to, the gynecologist. And I didn't go to my normal one just because she's getting older. She acts like she does not care. She's up and down. 1 minute, she's great like she used to be. The next minute, I don't know who she is. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. So I call myself trying somebody else. I have HMO. So, with HMO, you kind of got to stay, within a certain group. Now, they gave me a couple of names. I kind of checked the reviews and their picture. And needless to say, when I got there, the lady is much older. She's as old as my, regular gynecologist. So I was a little bit disappointed with that, just because it's like if I'm trying to reestablish, or I shouldn't say reestablish, but establish care with somebody a little bit more my age that can, understand and relate and all that stuff, this picture is deceiving because you're an older lady. Hi, Riley. So that already made me feel a type of way. So I started maybe about a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago. Hi, everyone. I started having hot flashes and night sweats. So that was another thing that prompted me to make this appointment. So, hey, CCTV. So I go with, that was my concern. Hey, I think I need my hormones checked, da. If you all don't know, I am a nurse practitioner. So I do a lot of research about, obviously I know conventional medicine and how they treat things, but I also look at more holistic, right? More natural ways, things of that nature. Conventional healthcare can be more disease driven versus prevention, right? So, and I got brain fog. So I was like, okay, I must be about to start this menopause journey. So anyway, get in there. She finally come in. The lady, I'm there for hormonal issues, possible start of menopause, right? So that's what you should be addressing first. She comes in with her own agenda. She just going down the checklist. Oh, you had your PAP, you had your mammogram, then she wants to give me all this education. I already know what the advocate system here in the Illinois area must be doing. They must tell these providers, you must do this, and this, because they all do it. It's like a robot. And it's just like, so what, I've had my PAP, so what, I've had my mammogram. I'm 50 years old and I'm telling you I'm having these symptoms. And the minute I told her, well, I started taking evening primrose and that helped with the night sweats and hot flashes, she's like, oh, okay, or whatever. Like, could care less. And so I'm just like, I didn't drove a whole hour. I didn't spend probably at least $10 in tolls because I take the toll road to get there. And this is all you got. You about to go out there, put these codes in, to insurance and probably gonna bill me for like $200 something for that funky little 15 minutes. So then I said, well, can we get some baseline blood work? And then she gonna say to me, oh, we don't do blood work. Then she doubled down and said, oh, we don't even check blood work when you on hormone replacement therapy. And I'm just like, what? Like, who is this lady? Like, where did you come from? And it's just weird. So then I'm kind of giving her the backstory as to why I had made an appointment with her, not my regular OB-GYN or whatever. And I was like, I know that my regular one is probably getting close to retirement. So just trying to, build rapport with somebody else. And she's like, oh, I'm retiring next year. Y'all, when I was sitting there, I have been going back and forth. So many of my friends want me to get into peri-menopausal, menopausal care. The last couple of weeks, I've been thinking about it. And I've been thinking and looking, and there's a certification you can take. I've been gathering and all this stuff. When I was sitting there and this woman is telling me that they do not do baseline hormone levels or check your hormone levels when you're on hormone replacement therapy, I was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. I have to bring this into the fold of my clinic. It's really disgusting. People don't realize that, people my age, Gen Xers, hell, you got people who younger than me where they're experiencing the heavy perimenopausal symptoms in their like early to mid 30s, and it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. Like, I was telling my husband because it really upset me because I'm like, hell, I could have been at home recording my YouTube content. I could have been doing a lot of stuff. I am coming out with my own supplement line, and they sent me, your labels. So I wanted to revise some of the labels. They sent me the revisions. I could have been at home doing work for my clinic. I could have been at home doing work for my YouTube channel, right? I'm wasting my time for you to make $200, $300 and you give me no value. You just want to talk about what I already know. And then going all into my history, both of my grandmothers had breast cancer. I have a cousin who had breast cancer and things of that nature. I do have like a high risk for types of cancer in my family. But that's what this woman wanted to talk about. And I'm like, I just spent 5 minutes talking with your medical assistant about what I'm here for, and you don't want to talk about that. And then she want to push that they have additional tests and procedures and blah, blah, blah that you can get done at the hospital. I was just like, it's disgusting. So you know what? At first I was like, I wasted my time, but I didn't, because it opened my eyes up that what I need to do. Because what if I wasn't? What if I wasn't so knowledgeable? What if I wasn't a nurse practitioner and I'm just at the mercy of these people? And it's like, they just don't care. They don't care. They disease focused. Nobody wants to look at nothing else. So many people on YouTube, in my real life, people are always talking about how when they go to the doctor, the doctors are not listening because they robots. Medical school is hard. I'm not going to say it's not. It's a lot of stuff you got to remember and things of that nature. But once you get out, it's like, it's just a checklist. They don't care nothing about your symptoms. They don't care nothing about your concerns. They don't care nothing about you advocating for yourself. And I don't know if it's because she's older, but my other gynae is older. They probably about the same age. And it's just like, I don't know if it's because I'm presenting well. I don't know, as a well person. I don't know if it's, I'm black and they not, but my endocrinologist is not a person of color. I think she Greek or something like that. But oh my God, love her. You know, it's just like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I'm, I'm just gonna be on a different kind of energy. Um, my spirit has been hitting my spirit to get myself together, get out here and start talking to groups, especially people of color. It's just because we just are not taken seriously in these healthcare spaces. We're not. They don't believe us when we have pain. They don't believe us when we're describing symptoms and things of that nature. And it's very disheartening. And that's why when you do get you a good doctor, a good nurse practitioner, a good healthcare provider who is listening, you gotta hold on to them. I hate to leave. I hate to leave my endocrinologist because of the type of insurance that I have. I have to, be in a set group because I have HMO. Can't convince my husband to switch us to PPO. So I got to go with what he go with because he the one who carried the healthcare insurance. But it's very it's just very disturbing and disgusting. Well, happy birthday, guitar. So that's all, y'all. I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated. This woman sat up here and told me that they do not check hormone levels. Do not check hormone levels when you are on hormone replacement therapy. I've never heard anybody say that. I've never read that ever. Do you want to take into consideration the levels plus the symptoms? Yes. I've never heard anybody say, oh, we don't check the levels. Then how do you know? How do you know if it's low? She didn't want to do the work. And then for her to tell me, oh, well, I'm retired next year, I want to say, B, don't worry about it. I'm not making another appointment with you. I got an issue going on with my, thank you, guitar. I have an issue going on with my knee and I have to have an MRI on Friday. Once we see what's going on with this knee, if it's just a freak accident and I end up with the Baker's cyst behind my knee, or if my meniscus is torn or was torn somewhere or whatever. Once this knee issue is resolved, I'm leaving this healthcare group. And I'm gonna come closer to home because it's like, at least if I'm gonna be treated just like a number, a code, so that you can go put it in so that they can run insurance, at least I'll be 15 minutes from home. Like, I left home at 12 and I just got back a little before 3. So 3 hours to talk to somebody for 10 minutes who had their own agenda. It's like, oh my God, it's just so frustrating. I wish I should have recorded her. I've worked, I've worked in women's health. And those, now it's like I worked in a women's health office. And I was just an RN. I wasn't an MP then. And oh my God, the patients drove me crazy because the doctors, they really, catered to the women. They listened to them. They helped them out. They gave them scripts. They didn't give them this pushback like this lady did me today. Not that I was looking for a script, but you just looking for somebody to say, okay. And I used to couldn't stand it because it made more work for me. But now that I'm in that situation where I'm not getting good bedside manner, as they say, or bedside care, from the providers that I'm, that my insurance say that I can go to, I see why them women love them. Well, Jim, I'm not saying everybody picks on the black people, but I'm in healthcare and I've seen it not only as a patient, but as a provider that has been done. So if that's the energy that you're trying to say, I'm not saying everybody picks on Black people, but you can go read studies that show the discrepancies between the care. So anyway, I know I always run a risk catching some people who ain't even got no business being over here. You saw what the title was. So anyway, that's what I wanted to vent about. But the big revelation is I'm leaving that healthcare group as soon as I get my knee issue resolved. And I'm going to be pursuing the certification for peri-menopausal, menopausal care. So if nothing else, I'll be able to go out and speak to groups of people that can be educated and informed, and maybe they can go and insist, that X, Y, and Z. Just like I just got a new primary care doctor. And I've evidently become iron deficient anemia. And he did the same thing. He just went down the checklist. Oh, you got your mammogram, your pap, because that's all they care about, right? Did you get these annual screenings? Oh, okay, you up on your colonoscopy? They don't care. So I had to say, well, my CBC was abnormal and my RBC is low and this is low and this is that. Hey, do you think you could put an order in for iron studies? Oh, yeah, I could do that. So it's like if I hadn't mentioned that, if I didn't know what that means, he probably would not have put in an additional test. And people think, oh, if you're anemic, you just cold, you're this, and that. No, it can mean a lot, especially if you have thyroid problems. I have a thyroid problem, So, yeah, anybody coming on here trying to, make it a race thing or whatever and not listening to what's valid, go on about your business. Go on about your business. This ain't the live for you. So that's all. I just want to vent. And like I say, as a board certified family nurse practitioner, receiving what I consider less than adequate care is disappointing, and it was very irritating, but it has prompted me to take action. So in the midst of helping people improve their overall health by focusing on their gut, I will be pursuing that certification for perimenopause and menopause as well, because it's a lot of women out here. Why you think so many people, and specifically MPs, you got people who just did research and they are just kind of offering natural suggestions. They don't have any medical background. They just went and educated themselves about certain things, Like if I had not started taking the evening primrose oil, and what would she have suggested? I feel like she would have said, "Oh, well, it's just a part of aging. You're 50, and it just happens." It's just like, yeah, they don't care. They want to treat your disease. That's it. They do not want to help you be well. They don't. That's it. If you ain't full of disease where they can make money, they don't care. That's just the real deal of it. They do not care. So that was my 2 cents. Wanted to take a chance and see if any of my regulars will come on here. But they probably aren't working. So if you are a real one catching it on the replay, I appreciate you. And I will be doing more content related to this. I already had some content planned that was geared toward health in general, and like obesity and things of that nature. Because that's like my big thing, especially coming out of the clinic. But now that I'm moving into the gut health space, and we'll be moving into this menopausal, I'm gonna be doing content for that too. Because that's how we'll be better when we get to educate ourselves. You know. Hold on. Okay. So that's how that go. Well, for those who are still on, I appreciate you. Um, don't really recognize too many of these names, but appreciate you checking me out, and hope y'all have a good day. I feel better now. So if nothing else, you helped me get that energy up off of me. So now I'm gonna go work on some stuff till my husband get home, and we're gonna go get something to eat. All right. Well, y'all have a good one. Peace.